Within CPP, the programmes that are available, I've got two separate markets. One is for provision that we deliver directly, and that really involves a hub and spoke model. The hub and spoke model allows individuals to start by underpinning their inquiry into their own practice through the development of our core module areas, and then they can supplement this to make their programme unique to them in terms of developing through the selection of spoke modules, which are the optional modules available from across the university catalogue. We also provide collaborative programmes, and that's provision that we work with other organisations external to the university that enable that organisation or that employer to actually focus on some of the strategic needs that they have and build up their own programmes. We deliver that with the organisation and with those employers, or they deliver it on their own, and we actually carry out the quality assurance and the checks that are required to reassure people about the high quality of education and training that's going on beyond the university.
When we consider the term professional practice, we're really thinking about anybody working in a professional role or who might be undertaking some kind of work-related activity and who are conscientious and ethical in their conduct. We're talking about somebody who's evolving themselves and who can demonstrate impact and competence in their field through their continued professional development.
The Centre for Professional Practice welcomes students from a wide variety of organisations. To give you an indication, we have people from administration, from human resources, the voluntary sector, teaching, as well as health professionals as well. Feedback from our students tells us that they're motivated to study at the Centre for Professional Practice for a variety of perhaps personal as well as professional reasons. And I think those reasons can best be expressed by looking at perhaps three key areas. One of the key areas, firstly, is thinking about CPP in terms of its flexible provision for delivery, which is a great unique selling point for people who need to acknowledge that they're managing study with having to work in gainful employment at the same time. And CPP overcome that by offering our students the option to study for block weekends at a time, which effectively means that they spend less time away from work. Secondly, studying programmes with the Centre for Professional Practice gives students the platform to gain academic validation and accreditation for the skills and knowledge and experience that they've amassed in the workplace, and also allows them to view their profession from a wider perspective. Put simply, it allows individuals to broaden their academic and professional expertise whilst gaining a recognised qualification. And thirdly, the Centre for Professional Practice is open to students who may want to apply, who may not necessarily have the traditional academic qualifications to be accepted onto an academic programme. So essentially, a lot of our students have gone straight into organisations and employability from school, and now what they're wanting to do is seek to gain accreditation and validation for the practice that they've done in the past, whilst also developing their potential and practice for the future.
The professional practice programmes, because they're built on a hub and spoke model, this will permit individuals who've got a variety of aspirations to select from across the university's vast catalogue programmes really of study that are going to build into a robust course that's going to stretch them while they're achieving their undergraduate qualification or their postgraduate qualification. And that programme, that course that they do, is going to be tailored to meet their own individual needs. The way that we design that programme for that particular, or the programmes for the particular individual, is that all our programme directors meet with the students that apply to do the programme and get a sense of where they want to be and the direction they want to travel in terms of their career. They then work with the student at the start and throughout the rest of the course to ensure that that student is selecting programmes and modules from across the university catalogue, which is across humanities or across science or across social science. And the modules within that catalogue actually join together to create something that is bespoke and enabling for the participant.
In the Centre for Professional Practice, we have a number of health-related programmes within the advanced and specialist healthcare subject areas. All of our programmes are made up of core modules and optional modules, and many of the modules are subject specific to the programme of study, and they may be something like advancing dental practice or resource management in primary care. One module in particular, which is a core module, is evidence-based practice, and this module is particularly relevant to the healthcare professions. This module teaches our participants how to identify an area of their practice, how to search for evidence for that area of practice, to analyse and appraise that evidence and apply it back to their workplace. This module really encourages lifelong questioning skills and encourages each participant to thoroughly interrogate their practice, so that when they go back to deliver their clinical practice to their clients, their patients, they can take a gold standard approach.
Students who perhaps haven't done any academic work before have a lot of support throughout the university, but also within the centre itself. We can offer them bespoke modules, and we do have a module called the Academic Threshold Concepts module, which allows students to upskill themselves in those areas. Students who study at the Centre for Professional Practice, even though that study is part-time, and even though they study with us at the weekends, they have access to all the facilities, so the library, the student learning advisory service, and also they have really sort of like good interaction with us as tutors to support them through that process. Studying at the Centre for Professional Practice is a really friendly, supportive study environment. The groups that we tend to have studying with us are relatively small, sort of groups of 10 to 15, and I think because they've come from such diverse backgrounds, they all can support each other and give each other what they need in different ways. The professional practice modules that are available work on the hub and spoke model that was mentioned earlier. So there are core modules, which are learning and development, evidence-based practice, interprofessional working and research skills, and then our students get to choose from the optional modules that are available. And one of the optional modules that's proved quite popular within the centre is our Power Dynamics module. And people who engage with that module start to think about power theory and critique, and also, I think more importantly, learn about the power dynamics and its impact in relation to interprofessional and interpersonal relationships in the organisation that they work for.
The Centre for Professional Practice at the University of Kent is very unique in the programmes that we deliver. We deliver our programmes part-time, and they're designed specifically to meet the needs of those who have competing priorities.
For those wishing to study a CPP Masters, they should study at Kent because our programmes and provision provide flexibility. They allow the student to build up their own programme, and also our academic colleagues are all from extensive academic and professional practice backgrounds, and they understand the unique needs of these part-time, non-traditional participants and the balances that they have to make in terms of being able to achieve an academic award. When I talk about flexibility, I'm talking about being able to take advantage of the way that CPP delivers programmes, which is at the weekend, they're part-time. But also I'm talking about flexibility in terms of the student choice, their choice and their ability to select modules from across the university catalogue that allow them to actually put together a programme that meets their own bespoke and unique needs. In terms of our recent successes with our students, we've had one particular example where our student was working as part of an executive within a local school. And then an opportunity came up to take over the head of a school that was actually in special measures. And our ex-student was able to apply for that position and gained that position. And within a year of taking on that headship, that school had moved from those special measures into being a good school. Another example of an example of our students and the way that they've been able to progress their career is our mature student, late 50s, came to us, did their MSc, and it was as a direct result of that they were then able to apply for the next career stage on their ladder. So that meant them, as part of Health Education England, leaving Kent, Surrey and Sussex, but then taking over a region which is local to Kent, Surrey and Sussex in Thames Valley. So they were able to take on quite a significant leap and quite a significant upgrade, if you like, in terms of responsibility. And again, that's going to have benefits not only to them in their career, but also the people that they encourage as a result of that. So in terms of confidence, you can see a student, by the time they've completed their programme, that they've gained confidence incredibly. They've moved from often being quite shy in terms of being able to portray and to actually be critical and understanding what critical means. So critical in terms of positive criticism as well as negative criticism, and how to deliver that. And you see them going from lack of understanding to slowly developing the confidence and doing that almost automatically by the time that they finished at the end. And that's really reassuring for my colleagues and myself, and we're delighted, and it would be great, obviously, if we could get other students to come in and participate and encourage and support them to do the same.